Alright, I'm Edward Gilbert, and here is a quick tour of ProbeMax. ProbeMax is an application that can run on the Okuma P200M control, running on the Windows architecture. So here is basically a control panel. There's a settings tab where you can set the default output folder, which is MD1, but you could output anywhere if you wanted to. Probe on, probe off for the tool setter, probe on, probe off for the touch probe, and you can even change the file type from M to TXT to NC, and you can turn the API off and on just by changing that value. That'll be a switch eventually. And in the operations tab, here are the functions that are already available. This is the tool offset. There's actually a library of tools, so if you create a tool offset, you can save it. This would be my face mill that is in Pocket 9, and these are the offsets to make it work right. I can access the tool library, and in the tool library I can add new tools. We'll create a tool named Test. Give it a diameter of 1/2 inch. It's a drill. In Pocket 25, and we don't need anything there or there. And then we save tool. And now if you look at my list, it's there. And I can say load tool, and it's loaded it into the tool selection deal here. And if I say create file, it says it created a file called tool/offset.min, and since I'm using the API architecture, when I select OK, you can see that the auto program has changed to that file. So all you have to do is go to the control and select main program and cycle start. So the tool diameter is something I'm working on. That's going to have to work on the Renishaw cycles. These are all the Okuma Easy cycles here. This is my Z offset. Basically you just tell what offset you want to work off of. So if I want to set 20, I set 20. Hit create file. It says that it's creating a probes-z-max.min file. When I select OK, it's actually loaded it to the machine. It's ready to run. This is one of my favorite windows. This is for doing face probing, either X or Y. And you have an option to do inside or outside for every axis. If you watch this little image, it actually changes depending on which one I select. And then when I put my cursor into any field, the image also changes, and there's an instruction that says work offset. I'm going to say that this is going to be offset 20. I'm using 20 because it's the one that I know is available. And if I want to see which one of these I've selected, I just select anywhere and it brings the picture back up. It also says here this is X positive outside edge. And then when I select create file, it creates the file and it's loaded in the control. Oh, we got to bring that back up. So we'll close that and get the main one back up. Next is, it's the same thing, but this is going to be one or the other axis centering. So you can center the outside X, inside X, inside Y, or outside Y. Put in the offset, which, I use 20 again. The expected distance would be 3 inches. And hit create file. It says it created probe XY center .max.min. -max.min. And then when I select OK, it loads it into the control. This is something I'm working on to give a nice instruction that tells you what to do once the file has been loaded. And then we have the same for doing a, this is for a hole center, and this is for a hole boss. So you've got all the instructions, so you can actually set the offset, diameter, depth. That's kind of, so we'll say that's 2 inches. You can shift it, so if you have an oblong shaped feature that you're trying to probe, and this is a reference offset. Right now, it's the way that the program's working, is it uses one offset to set the initial position, and then it changes this. So offset 1 will always be changed, and then offset 20 will be set. And then when I hit create file, again it'll say that probe-boss-max was created, and I select OK, and it's loaded as a main program to run. And that is basically the rundown on Probe Max.